Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast on Game 4 in a best of 5 series with Gamfvr versus Ynot. Ynot currently taking a 2-0 lead, or 2-1 lead in this matchup. So Ynot trying to finish this in 4 games, meanwhile Gamfvr trying to force a Game 5. Ynot spawned as the pink Protoss player at the 7 o'clock position. Meanwhile, we have Gamfvr spawning as the yellow Terran player here. Now, Delta Quadrant is one of those weird maps where positioning changes a lot of the game because of this, because of how the positioning works on this map right now. This low ground expansion here is very much exposed against the Protoss player. The Protoss player can easily come in around the corner, gain sight into this position, and then set up a pylon right here, allowing him to warp in units along this low ground here and here. On top of that, if he decides to train up any Colossi, if Gamfvr goes for MMM and just a lot of Marines and Marauders, these Colossi will simply be able to walk up this ledge and then walk back down very easily, enabling them to just get instant access into the space, and then you can follow it up with additional warp-ins as well. So I'm very curious to see how this is all going to work out. So Gamfvr a little bit more exposed, as now the probe quickly coming into position here, trying to take down this barracks instead of going after the SCV that was building. A little bit of a waste there, as this probe now comes back into the base and just trying to get more and more sight. Gamfvr has yet to put down a refinery, so dealing with this harassment is putting him a little bit behind in terms of his micro, as we also see a barracks being placed down here. So, the barracks has been completed. Ynot now getting an assimilator and that standard gateway so far. Most likely will be getting the cybernetics core after this pylon continues. And now the SCV from Gamfvr, very smart, realizing that the probe can only have come into this position if it was a close spawn, decides to, instead of scouting into this direction, straight comes into the main base of Ynot. And Ynot is now revealed. In comes one pylon is currently being completed, and now we see a cybernetics core coming into play. So with that cybernetics core, it will allow those stalkers to be trained, and this SCV will be forced to get out. However, he still has a decent amount of time, I believe 30 seconds before that moves out. And now, interestingly enough, we see a second assimilator go down. So with that second assimilator, you can assume that if you're a Gamfvr, you can automatically assume that he is not going for a 4-gate, unless he's going for Zealots and Sentries. And now, very interesting, we also see a bunker being placed down. So Ynot does not see this bunker being placed down here, and he will not see it for quite some time. We do have one Marine now being trained and walking its way over, and we'll be able to get here in just a second. We do see a chrono boosted stalker now coming out, and now this Marine perhaps needs to start shooting at that one probe. Probe now taking some points of damage, sees that the bunker is nearly completed, and now is going to be in a little bit of hurt as those probes come off the mineral line. And now that Marine able to get into that position there. We now see one pylon being warped in, and one poor Marine unable to get into where he needs to go, and the SCV was already taken. No, the SCV is now sitting here as this SCV trying to pull back. More probes coming off the mineral line to deal with this aggression, and now a pylon being warped in on that low ground. This one bunker will get destroyed, and this second bunker will get canceled. So just most likely waiting for that to get canceled, and down goes that one stalker though. So those probes came off instead of trying to help that one stalker, and the stalker was now taken down. However, the probes move much more quickly than a Marine, and now we see a double pylon block by Ynot. So Ynot in deciding to go for a double pylon block, and will only be able to use warp gate in order to get any units out of his base. So I'm a little bit curious as to what his strategy is. He is getting a lot of gas right now, and you can see that he's already mining off two assimilators, and with those 2 assimilators, I have to believe that it's going to be Twilight Council. So we're now going to get a Twilight Council and Stalker Blink, or it could be Dark Templars. So we taking a look at this base, we do see one SCV hiding down over here and another Marine hiding here, making sure that there is not a pylon. Otherwise, a pylon here, he would have been able to warp in Dark Templars straight into the base, which would have been a very bad sign. Taking a look at the base of Gamfvr, Gamfvr also mining off of 2 gas. However, he is not building a lot of tech units, which makes me wonder why he's trying to harvest so much gas. We don't see a starport, and we don't see without a starport, he will not be able to train Ravens or Banshees, and siege tanks do not just train up that quickly. And now going for double racks. So this is a very curious move by Gamfvr. Gamfvr does not need this much gas, and it's going to end up hurting his macro and his economy for quite some time, even training Hellions. So he is going for a very heavy mineral build, but he has a lot of gas. Back over here, we do see a starport being placed down here. So this is the reason why a starport with a tech lab now being placed down. So this starport will be able to train up Banshees in just a moment and come straight into this base. We do see, taking a look at the production tab, another warp gate, and now we see a Dark Shrine being warped in. So that Dark Shrine will allow for Dark Templars to be trained up in just a moment. Still wondering if we are going to get a pylon positioned anywhere. One probe walking up that ramp, simply getting taken down. And I think this is one of those situations where a Void Ray would have been absolutely perfect. A Void Ray comes into this position, starts charging off of a supply depot, and then able to just circle around and dance and just hit a lot of the main buildings here, as these Marines only have a range of 5 instead of a range of 6. Why not? Now going for an expansion over here on the low ground, deciding not to take this expansion as a Sentry and a Zealot continue to move around. The one Banshee should be completed in just a second. This Banshee is going to be a very, very expensive unit, as he is also researching the cloaking ability for that Banshee, and that Banshee will not have a brother. So this one Banshee with cloak will cost him, what, 300 minerals? Or 350 minerals and 300 gas. In comes this Banshee. We do have 2 Stargates, and now the Stargate cooldown is, no, sorry, we do have 2 Warp Gates, so that Warp Gate cooldown is still underway, and this Banshee going after the Cybernetics Core, just wasting critical time instead of trying to take down any of those probes, and that is just a real waste. However, there are Dark Templars pushing in over here, as there is a pylon now warping in, and with no scanner sweep, the orbital command cannot detect this Dark Templar, so this is going to be an issue. We do have a engineering bay now coming in, and in comes this Dark Templar getting 1 kills, 2 kills, and just going to be able to continue to rack up those kills. We do have an orbital command, and now waiting for a quick scanner sweep. We do have those Hellions also in position. There we go, and down goes that one Dark Templar. Sorry, a second Dark Templar should be coming in just a second, and that one Banshee only did damage towards the Cybernetics Core shields. There we go, finally getting a cloak off and getting a couple quick kills. Sorry, 8 kills. We couldn't see that Banshee for a second. As that Banshee continues to rack up more and more kills, and without an observer, Gamfvr will be able to just halt the economy of why not at this stage. However, we do have another Dark Templar coming in, so Dark Templars, just a lot of cloaked units in both bases, and another Dark Templar coming in. However, for some reason, not attacking any of those SCVs. So we do have Hellions now coming in, so Hellions and Zealots duking it out against this one Sentry there. Down it goes. And this Banshee just continue to rack up more and more kills. We do have an expansion over here on the low ground. Gamfvr does not, oh, he does know about it. And now SCVs coming in to try to attack, and also having a couple Marines as well. So these SCVs now moving in, probes trying to fight back even further. And both sides dealing a lot of damage. However, we had some mineral pathing coming in. Hellions now coming in over here as well. So all of these probes are getting taken down, and now in comes another Dark Templar. So that Dark Templar will be able to start racking up some kills in just a second. We see that the orbital command is now in the air, and because it is in the air, unable to do any more scanner sweeps. Are we training a Raven? No, trying to train up another Banshee. However, that Banshee is currently supply locked. Should probably cancel and try to train a Raven as this fight continues. SCV is now taking down that one pylon there, and now this is going to be an all-in push coming in from both sides. Another Stalker could have been warped in to try to shoot down this Banshee, as the Banshee is no longer cloaked, does not have enough energy. Dark Templar now making its way into this base, trying to get a couple more kills as well. Yeah, just continue to just get more kills. Why is it just following around instead of just naturally attacking? It should just be able to get a lot of kills here and just go after some of those SCVs. Now trying to take down this Twilight Council. Down goes that one Hellion, and now in comes a quick scanner sweep. We do see all of these units trying to pull away. Quickly will be able to recloak, as that 15-second or 10-second scanner sweep will be stopped, as this one orbital command being here now will start trying to train up more SCVs. So both sides taking a lot of damage, but if it is going to be a base race, I believe that the Terran player has the advantage. We only see Dark Templars coming in so far, and with Dark Templars you can only attack ground units. You cannot attack those units that are in the air. It is very, very dangerous to try to go into a base race against another player. And now in comes two Stalkers. So those Stalkers now in position, now trying to pull away from that Banshee. The Banshee now being forced to try to figure out which target it wants to hit. We do see more probes being trained, and this may be an issue, as this Banshee is going to get lower and lower on energy. As the Stalker continues to move around, it decloaks, so that Banshee, now out of energy, will not be able to recloak anytime soon. One Stalker is sitting over here, and this is going to change the game significantly. With one Banshee sitting here, offering as a little bit of protection, and that's it. We do have some Stalkers now moving out, and those Stalkers are able to attack air units. One Medevac now looking around the map, and one Dark Templar desperately trying to chase those SCVs and Dark Templars having the same movement speed, as we have some long distance mining happening here. SCV now trying to repair another Banshee here. As this fight continues, we do see one Medevac in the air, and just perhaps we'll try to pick up any of these SCVs. And now one SCV getting taken down, another one getting taken down. Not quite sure what's happening here. Gamfvr should just pick up those SCVs. There we go. And trying to continue to mine. I do not know why Gamfvr did not get one Raven. One Raven would have changed this game completely, enabling him to get point defense drones, stop any Stalkers, and then just continue to fight even further. We do see Dark Templars now pushing into the base of the barracks here. All of these barracks will get destroyed very easily by these Dark Templars, and they will be able to rack up more and more kills. One Banshee here just trying to see if it can get any additional kills so far. We do see Ynot is not currently supply locked. Will be able to take down this Dark Shrine, and this Banshee trying to get out of position just in case any Stalkers are being warped in. However, there are no probes here as these Stalkers continue to move out. Stalkers now finally coming back into position. Gamfvr needs to get a Raven. Is he training a Raven? No, still not training a Raven. Getting supply depots down over here. This game really coming down to the very end. This one Banshee, however, down to 5 energy, and once again will not be able to do all too much. 2 probes hiding here. I believe the Banshee will be able to scout them out in just a second, as these Stalkers and this Dark Templar activating this Zonaga Watchtower here will just continue to move. We do see one Dark Templar now with 23 kills, trying to go after more and more SCVs once again. And now we also see the Orbital Command lifting off. So this Orbital Command lifting off in order to move, I guess, in order to be able to do another scanner sweep and try to reveal any Dark Templar. But this one command center here will get taken down unless he is able to finish off the last of these Banshees and stop any additional mining. We do see another Banshee coming back into position, sitting at 37 energy. One Dark Templar still moving around the map. We have another Banshee now being trained up, joining in on this fight, and now 2 Banshees in the air going after these units. One of those Banshees has a lot of energy, so with those Banshees and a lot of energy, they will be able to just finish off more and more of those probes once again. However, there are a lot of shields to go through and a lot of hit points that they need to try to take down. Once again, a pylon will get taken down here, and now it looks as though Gamfvr just trying to pick off units one at a time. 3 Banshees against 3 Dark Templars and 2 Stalkers. There is one Medevac, but that really is not in play all too much. Perhaps this one command center can continue to mine. We do see this last pylon now unpowering all of these warp gates here, and now Ynot says GG. I believe now that the series is tied 2-2, but I do not have Game 5 in this best of 5 series. I'll have to ask Quadrant in order to get that last game. But thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys, the first 4 games in this best of 5 series. And now stay tuned for Game 5 coming up sometime, I guess, in the next couple of days.